Eat the pudding. Put the Quaalude in the pudding.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah. We here, man. Easily Offended Podcast, episode 9. Right? Episode 9.
Something like that.
We in the building.
Bamboo.
What's going on with you guys? What you kind of retro, brother? What you got?
No, you good. You fine.
Okay. How y'all doing today, man?
Chilling like a villain. Killing roaches on the ceiling.
Chilling, bros. Won't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves?
This nigga said killing roaches on the
I'm not
ceiling.
chilling in the roaches on the ceiling. I'm getting the fuck out of that.
Have you ever been over somebody's house and they had like a lot of roaches?
Yeah, you know, I grew up back in the day. You go to your friend's house and you be watching cartoons and that one roach on the screen, but they try to ignore it.
Yeah,
Then their mama come out with the slide.
Why you ain't never killed that roach?
Pretty much.
Just gonna let it sit on the screen.
Like, we all gotta act like it ain't no roaches.
Just ignore it.
You know what I'm
hey
saying?
man, shit, they live there too. Shit, they paying rent.
They might as well.
Kinda, sorta.
Well, damn.
What's going on, man? Won't y'all introduce yourselves, man, since we in the building?
Oh, well, you know, I'm Shawn, you know, aka Star Photo up in here doing the damn thing, you understand me?
Weezy Cage. Oh, he practiced the buttons, yo.
Right,
Yeah. Point
So
today.
far. So far.
This nigga been in this shit practicing by himself and shit.
Now watch the fuck up the next one. Go ahead.
The pressure's on now. You gonna perform?
Yeah.
Rell
That's
out,
what she
do
said.
it.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a
All
reaction
right.
time was a little slow.
Okay, alright.
Little slow reaction,
Okay, we feel
Are
it.
you recording on that?
This whole time. See? I swear to God, bro. No. Please hit record. So this whole time. No. Fuck you. This whole time we've been sitting there. The camera's been recording this whole time. Put this shit up.
It's
the
been
low
4 minutes.
It's been how long? And this man sitting here, we were congratulating him for really getting the damn buttons right and timing it. And this nigga didn't even.
The most important button I forgot to hit, man. My bad.
It's all good.
My bad.
I
Hey,
had
y'all
a
doing?
great fucking Bill Cosby joke that I said earlier.
I had a great introduction.
Man.
I was sexy and everything. You understand me? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Sexy introduction.
You know, my people's in Cameroon,
Episode 9, man.
Oh,
episode
see.
9, Easily Offended Podcast, man.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
You know.
Just don't let that shit happen again.
You know.
Okay. We got Star Photo Pics, Weezy Cage, and Rell.
Oh, so you're just gonna do it yourself this
Right,
time?
Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
No, we
already
did it. You did it.
How about we introduce you? The yellow man that don't know how to push buttons.
Right.
That's a long ass
This
Instagram name, but I'm gonna make it for you. Go ahead.
All
right, man. We here. We in the building.
You sure?
We're now recording. We're 5 minutes
let's
in.
make sure. Okay.
Yes, let's
Okay.
record.
The
Everything's
button's
recorded.
red. All right, the button-
Everybody's
The
good.
button is red.
The button is red.
Yeah.
What's up, man? How was y'all week, man?
That was cool, man.
We-
I just probably found one of my new favorite rappers,
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Who's your new favorite rapper?
NLE Chopper.
NLE Chopper. You
I
know,
heard- I heard of him. I heard of him.
That
I'm like a
man,
food
this
processor.
kid from Memphis. He only 19. He already I think 4 albums in. It's some little young nigga hype shit, but
Okay.
telling you.
it's like
Shout
that.
out to him.
I saw his interviews and I didn't click on none of them because I was like, I don't feel like. I saw his Flex freestyle, and I was just like, okay.
I mean, he's not a Nas. You know, I'm a type of individual. Let me be perfectly clear. I listen to every fucking thing. I don't
Right.
care what it is. If I like it, I like it. And I gotta have some young ratchet shit. When I saw the latest interview he did on Breakfast Club, I only had one song on his on my iPod. It was Camelot featuring him, Yo Gotti, Jack Boy, and Moneybagg Yo. That's the only reason I really listened to it because Moneybagg Yo's on it.
Right.
And then I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to listen to this man's his newest album, Me Versus Me. That man can rap for a little, granted.
For a youngster.
I mean, again, he's not Nas. It's some drill shit, but hey, it's some good drill shit. I'm telling you.
Well, shout out to that brother.
You know what surprised me because you brought up him and I listened to the new Gangsta Grills with Jim Jones and he has a lot of new people on there, a lot of unheard of cats, and they are actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. So I mean, sometimes you just discover new music that's not in your repertoire on a normal basis because I don't know one song from NLE Chopper.
Step out the norm.
It's all right. You step out. Hey, if you want some shit to get you up in the morning, get ready for work.
Workout music?
Man, I'm telling you.
Now, is it gonna have you ready to go to work or get ready to get some work?
Well, damn.
No, you're gonna get some work. You might want to say fuck your boss.
Well, damn.
But I'm just saying, if you just balance.
It's a balance. It's a good balance.
It's a good
Okay.
balance.
All right. So what y'all guys been up to all this week, man? You know, you had got sick. You missed the last episode.
Man, I know, man.
You know, you had like COVID times 13 or something like
I
that.
don't know what the hell was going on. Man.
It was just like back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, no, man. It's just fuck this COVID bullshit, man.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm so tired of it.
yeah.
What about y'all, man? What you do, Rell? What you do, man?
okay.
Oh, my bad.
So speaking of COVID, so my kid plays volleyball, now, right? And we couldn't go see the games live at first, at the beginning of the season. But this past week was the first time I was able to actually see it because this is the first year playing volleyball.
Okay.
So this is the first time I actually got to see her play.
Oh.
And they do all right.
Wow. This
You know,
guy.
you know what?
I thought
She has some natural ability, but she just started playing. Like she'd never played volleyball before.
So you're saying she sucks, but
No, she does not suck.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm
that's
about to
my
say like
baby.
it's she's
Right.
new, brother. Like it was
Yeah.
some
Be
time.
like, that's okay, baby. That's okay. That's okay.
It's just
baby.
not your thing.
But that's what I'm trying to tell her. That
Right,
you
yeah.
just started.
Yeah, I
And
see.
she's so
Keep her
used to being
confident.
good at things.
No
Right.
doubt. No
So
doubt.
when some things doesn't come,
come
they
easy
don't come
to her.
immediately.
She get frustrated.
She get frustrated.
Yeah.
I feel that.
So she had a serve that hit the ceiling.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, she's powerful.
I mean, she's my kid.
Okay, Jarrell. Damn Superman.
Yeah. Now my kid got my shoulders.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So she can hit the hell out the ball.
Okay.
But she's just control, like aiming it. You know what I'm saying? So I took her to do some practice over the weekend. We got some serves up. So next week should be better. But that's like, but she's still like in terms of like just getting the ball over the net, like in the sets and all that. She's good with all that. It's just the serve
Shout out
that
to
we
her,
got to
though.
work on.
Yeah, that's
man.
what's up,
So-
man.
Yeah, build that finesse.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I
she
ain't really do much either. My week was real chill. I'm in search for another job. I can't stand the job I'm working at right now. I wake up every day hating the fact that I got to go there for 40 hours a week.
I would ask you which one, but that may say
probably-
too
yeah,
much.
you probably
'Cause you got,
would
like,
say
I probably won't say that
Yeah,
because, you know,
don't do that with
Probably wouldn't leave that out.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't
yeah.
leave that out.
Somebody be like, oh, you know what he said on his podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was your week, man? What was going on?
It would have been cool because I was gonna go to one of the parties, you know.
Okay, one of those.
One
Parties.
of those.
One of those parties.
You know what I'm saying? One of the butt naked
Mm-hmm.
parties. But it's funny because it's a butt naked party, but they said you have to be vaccinated. So I'm like, really? It used to be all you needed was a condom, but now you need a mask. I don't understand.
Right. So
Rubber gloves.
I'm
It's gonna be
saying.
somebody with rubber gloves. on.
Had a hazmat suit on and
I mean, you
shit.
might as well just come dressed as a doctor.
You might as well. Some people do.
there's just so many things wrong with that.
Yeah.
How? That doesn't make any sense, guys. Like, yo, it's a so you have to be vaccinated. You have to wear a mask. If you want to follow by all the CDC guidelines to make sure COVID isn't transmitted, how is it possible to have a sex party?
Well, everything else can be transmitted, just not COVID.
Right. So you can get herpes.
Right. That's cool.
That's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
COVID, we draw the line.
COVID.
now.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Mister.
Is it flared up? Is it not flared? Okay, you good.
Come on
That's
in. Come on
fucking
in.
That doesn't make
No.
you're fucking guys. Like, are you serious? This is sex we're talking about here.
You're fucking, but you must wear your mask.
If you're
And
hitting
that's
it
gotta
from the
be
back,
uncomfortable as fuck.
it gotta be.
Like fucking with a mask on. I'm positive it's happened. I'm positive it's
You
happened.
know,
of course.
hey.
He hot
Especially
as
in the
fuck.
beginning of the pandemic, it was all types of wild shit going on. I'm
but
sure there's people out here fucking in masks.
That's still so stupid because it's like,
is.
even if that did happen, which I'm sure it probably did,
I'm 100% positive.
which is true. I believe that too.
Yeah.
But it's like it's sex. It literally
It's
that contradicts everything.
It's literally
You know
the
what I mean?
exchange of fluids.
Right. So you can
Bodily
stick-
fluids.
I don't know where
Yeah.
I don't know where your vagina's been. You
Right.
don't know where my dick has been. That's cool.
Right. But have you been?
But have you been
Have you been vaccinated?
Where's your mask? Did you just sneeze? Oh no, we're done. We're
Right.
done.
So-
Take you and your bumpy vagina out of here. You see what I'm saying?
So if I'm getting here and I'm like, hot you, she's like, hey.
right.
Are you okay?
Fuck this
Are
strange
you okay
odor
up
that
there?
you've been ignoring for the past 15 minutes.
It's
This nigga just sneezed.
It's hilarious because it's like you don't have to be vaccinated for any STIs or STDs, but you gotta be vaccinated for COVID.
That makes no sense.
It's like,
Man, you know.
What is it? Okay, the cat's out of the bag now.
CDC got like the Sesame Street playbook or something. They like, what can we say next?
CDC don't know what the fuck they even talking about. Fuck them.
yeah. So
My God.
the irony is crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. What about, you remember the mayor, what did she put, got vaxxed?
Yeah,
On her Instagram, or get vixed?
Yes.
Silly.
Or get vaxxed?
Something.
Get vaxxed? What was it spelled out of? Was it money?
Get
Get
back.
vaxxed.
Yeah.
I know, but it said get
Apostrophe
vaxxed.
D,
But was
VAX.
it money that she
Yeah,
did
it was
it with?
money. Yeah, that's the whole that
Wow.
money challenge
It's
thing.
probably finding damn
Oh, okay.
parking
So, but
tickets
no,
and
but y'all
shit.
did y'all read
That's y'all money.
But the money in
You
the
know?
photo was supposed to be like what you could get if you got vaccinated.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
that was just like you could the money. There was like the money could be
Come on.
yours. if you get
So
vaccinated.
now they paying you.
Can we point
No,
something
they've been
out
doing
here?
that.
They've been doing that for a minute.
Yeah.
This is one of the
It's
only.
hilarious,
This is
bro.
one of the only vaccinations where you get some type of prizes. You're entered in raffles. You can win money. You can win trips. There's people that get. It was $1 million payout for somebody that got fucking vaccinated because it was in a raffle. But with this vaccine, you still have to wear a mask. You still have to be 6 feet away. You can still die from it, but it's fucking mandatory. Never mind. Let me stop.
No,
You
it's
know.
it's
It's a crazy situation.
No, it's not crazy. It's stupid.
It's a
That's what
crazy
it is.
situation.
Yeah, man.
It's fucking dumb.
All right, man.
It's like COVID is like black on black crime. It's like we know people are dying, but still some people deny that they exist. Just saying.
Damn.
Just saying. That doesn't exist.
Yeah,
what you mean?
Yeah, you just went a little hotel.
You're right, right.
I'm
You've
just
been,
saying.
you've been wanting to say that for a minute.
I'm just
You
saying.
You was finding a way to fit that in.
Yeah, I
woke
was. It was kind of like part of my routine.
He'll be here all week.
You know,
Man.
Ba-dum-dum.
Hey, speaking of crazy, before we get in these topics, Netflix got a new documentary out, 4-part series of Kanye West.
I'm not watching.
Is that already?
No, it comes out February 13th, I believe.
Right. Okay.
What is it about, bro?
It's about Kanye West.
It's about Kanye, but it's footage from when he first started.
Okay.
Because he did the documentary with Cootie and Shike, which is the guys that back in the day when I was a teenager they had Channel Zero that came on Channel 19 here in Chicago.
Okay.
So
I don't know nothing about Channel Zero.
yeah, you know
I
about
remember
Channel
Channel
Zero.
Zero.
That was crazy. They was interviewing people at the
Y'all
nightclub.
wasn't
All
watching
types.
Channel 19?
Well, hell yeah, I was.
You ain't never seen Channel Zero?
I did. No, I know
wasn't.
exactly what you're talking
Okay,
about.
okay.
You know, you was probably in Indiana at that
I was
time.
in college.
Oh, excuse
Oh,
me,
you were in
Mister.
college.
Yes,
You
I
was
was
studying.
I was studying, old boy.
Well, Channel 19, I definitely was watching that
Remember
shit.
Elman and Company and shit?
Oh wow.
Damn.
Remember the Awakenings?
The Awakening.
That's another Chicago show. You only get it if you're from Chicago. But he has a new documentary out that's coming out February 13th. I'm really interested in seeing it because it's showing old Kanye, basically all the Kanyes, because Kanye's been Kanye like 7 different times. Like every album, it's a different character. It's a different, you know. I'm anxious to see what this new Don is supposed to be sounding like. He got on Instagram saying he's not using his phone or anything to 2/22/22 when the album releases, supposedly.
That shit gonna be out in June.
Right. This
Fucking with
guy.
Kanye.
But I'm anxious to see that.
I like Kanye. Don't get me wrong, but let me know what happens. I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be
I don't doubt
pretty
it.
decent.
But
I just seen a picture of him tongue kissing some chick.
Yeah, that shit with he doing
like-
with the new girl.
he's trying. He doing. You know what he doing? He mad because of Pete Davidson.
Right.
Yeah, it's sad, bro. Like
Everything
Kim
Kanye is
Kardashian.
doing is to get Kim's attention. That's it.
He could get somebody better. Come on.
He could.
I mean, see, here we go. See, I beg to differ.
Well, why?
Uh-oh.
Why you say
I
that?
beg to differ.
Why you
If
say
you
that?
like one, this man married this woman, so
That's
this
true.
is his wife we talking about.
I'm talking
No.
about the chick he was tonguing.
Wait a minute.
Even the chick he was no girl he can get, even if it's better, is going to top Kim Kardashian. None, because for 2 reasons. One, it's his wife,
Okay.
and that woman bared his 3 children.
3 children.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So as far as that,
quick
like
too. They had them like back to back.
right,
Well, the last one was a I thought the last one was surrogate.
Either way it goes, it's still his children.
The first two was
She's still the mother.
Yeah, she's
still the mother. So then it's like the fact that this woman is, you can arguably say, was the first woman that made Kanye kind of think about more than Kanye.
This is true. He did change up a lot.
He changed up a lot. You know what I mean? And then it's like now, and then it's like now this woman wants to divorce you at the very least, or at least has said she did. And she is going out with some dude who it was a meme that said he looks like Pete Davidson looks like somebody that works in a restaurant, like a busboy.
Hey, you know what they said? They said Pete Davidson looks like what Beetlejuice looks like when he was alive.
And it's funny because like I kind of see that. So then
they had a picture of them side by side, Joe. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's just like Beetlejuice.
So then
That's
it's
crazy.
And then he's like, can you imagine, like, yo, man, the man is hurt. He's hurting, man. Like, it is what it is. He's hurting. So it's like I feel for you on that because he don't know how to, you know, he's trying to cope.
Indeed.
We'll see.
And he's in front of everybody too.
I mean, my thing was the song he came out with talking about he was going to beat Pete Davidson's ass. In the same record, nobody's talking about how Game disrespected Kim, like he used to nut in her mouth or hold her by her throat or some crazy shit like that.
He
like
definitely talked about fucking Kim back in the day.
You let another man on the same record with you talk about your wife in that sexual manner.
But no, it wasn't on the same record. He did it. This was a while back.
Yeah,
it
Kanye,
wasn't.
It
wasn't on the same.
I remember that. That was old.
Yeah, it was old. This was back when when I think when Kim and I don't even think they was married yet.
Okay.
Nah, they weren't even dating. I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe,
Let's take it back.
That'd be an awkward studio session.
Very. Like, nigga, when did you do that?
Don't you worry about it, dog.
Either way, it was a long time.
It was a long
time ago. So,
Well,
That's crazy. So what's the first topic, man? What we got today? What are we talking about today?
I believe the first topic was the metaverse.
The metaverse.
Yeah.
The futuristic world that people are trying to rush into live in.
I think it's the beginning of the end.
I do.
The beginning of the end.
Yes.
So, I'll just give you the definition
Alrighty.
of what is defined as the metaverse.
Okay. Give us that, Dick.
It says the metaverse can be defined as a simulated digital environment that uses augmented reality, AR, virtual reality, VR, and blockchain, along with concepts from social media to create spaces for rich user interaction mimicking the real world.
So AR, BR. Would I have BO? Kidding.
There's no BO in the metaverse.
I couldn't resist.
There's no body odor.
No farts. No burps.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a perfect world.
So at least you'll be free from, bodily odors,
Okay.
possibly STDs.
Nah,
Maybe.
Look, can we just the
Talk about
metaverse is legitimately going to destroy humanity.
I
The
feel
way
this.
that they're talking about how it's supposed to be is going to completely destroy humanity.
Yeah.
And
As we know it, for sure. Yeah.
True. But it's like it's essentially Instagram. You living in Instagram. So you know how people are clearly, people that's on Instagram is like, yo, this ain't your life. Why the fuck you capping like this?
Yeah.
Now imagine they can literally create that person in this virtual reality.
You can be whoever you want to be in the metaverse.
I mean, people are doing that now, though.
Right.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like people are doing that now. It's just going to be more legitimized. And it's just going to take it to the next level because you're really going to be like. So now it's like, okay, when you see people on social media, because I know we've all seen it, because women are very like men, by and large, we don't put that much thought.
Selfies and all that.
Yeah, into like the pictures that we take and angles and all that other stuff. Women are magicians with the filters
Yeah.
and the lighting.
Witchcraft.
Oh my God. And they'll have a picture and they look one way, and then when you see them in person, it's just like,
Yeah.
I had somebody get mad at me because I didn't know who she was.
bro, it happens all the time.
I was like, who are you?
happens.
Should I follow you on IG? I just liked your picture. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, dope. She's like, I love your content. And then I looked at her while I'm in line. She walks away. I look at him like, that don't look nothing like you at all.
That's not because it ain't her.
Right. But now, with the metaverse, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
because that's you can walk around, your avatar is your avatar. It's not going to change. It's whatever you want it to be.
And in time, I think in time what they're going to do is they're going to align all your other socials because you got to have a Facebook to be a part of the metaverse. You have to open up a Facebook account. That's one.
Well, and just to be clear, not just to make one quick point. So there's a Facebook doesn't necessarily own the metaverse.
No,
the metaverse is a concept that has existed for a while, but Facebook is just kind of like they're the ones that are really working on expanding the metaverse into the social media space.
Yeah, first of all, we got to remember something. One, is no longer called Facebook; it's called Meta.
It is called Meta now.
So Facebook is no more; it's called Meta.
It still say Facebook on my phone,
but it's Meta.
For only just because they're waiting for you to get used to the name Meta before they change it. It's gonna change.
If Mama called him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay.
But I think what they're gonna do is align your other socials and basically whatever you like, whatever you dislike with your friends, how you react on social media, your comments, your likes, is going to create your avatar in the metaverse.
It's horrible.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So that is one question that is like what access, what level of control are you gonna have? So it's like, are you gonna have exclusive rights to maintain your own avatar, or will your social activity be included in that? Because there are places like in China has like that social currency system, like based on what you do in like your regular life and how you act, your search history and all that other stuff. It affects your social currency and the things that you're able to do.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so something like that in the metaverse where everything is digital, because like you have everything is networked now. I don't know. Did you send me that video? Well, I saw it was like so. No, I don't think it was you. But there was the Walmart in the metaverse, right? So you're shopping and you have like a shopper with you,
right?
And so the person that was shopping had a gallon of milk in their cart, and the personal shopper was just like, "Well, we see that you have a gallon of milk at home. Do you want to put this one back?"
Jeez,
that's because you have a networked
smart refrigerator.
Yeah. So it keeps and you keep an inventory of what you have. You know
what
I'm saying? So all your appliances, because all that shit's gonna. After a while, like all your appliances are gonna be networked. Everything's gonna be.
Would you have to do that?
Right.
No,
well, so it's gonna get harder and harder for you not to.
Right.
So anything new that you buy, after a while, it's all gonna be smart devices. Everything is gonna be networked. It's almost at that point.
You're gonna have to log in your refrigerator to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so your Wi-Fi.
This is like real life 1984. Yo.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely gives a whole kind of like dystopian feel. You know what I'm saying? To like how, because the way life as we know it is gonna shift completely, right? Like it's gonna, the way we socialize. I mean, the way kids. The way they do now is already changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is, but
like how we actually interacted, but we grew up with our phones. Now it's like that's how they interact. Like they'll be in the same room talking to each other on the phone.
That's so
ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it's like I get the whole idea of I'm part of the older generation and blah blah blah. I'm like, I say yes and no because my thing is just basic human nature. You have to have social skills.
Indeed.
It is what it is. Indeed. You know what I mean? Like you can't be this individual who's just so detached from reality, which is kind of what we're talking about, oddly enough.
Yeah.
That where when it comes to something basic like, hey, hi, how are you?
You won't know how to do that.
You don't even know how to do that.
The interaction is going to be so crazy. Because I mean, like the interaction now with in public is weird. Like if you see a young lady you want to talk to, it's kind of awkward to even be like, "Hey, how you doing? What's your name? What's going to try to create a conversation? Ask her for her number." Nowadays, they always ask. They don't want to give out their number. What's your Instagram page? Follow me on IG. So that way, that now is Instagram is like your resume, your dating your personality resume. What does he like to eat? What does he like? What does he like to post? It's going to get to the point like how you just said with the Walmart situation, with everything being on the network, when you actually can go there and actually go to a Walmart or a Target and buy stuff and have it sent to your real house.
Wow.
Like it's getting to the point also where they was talking about it may be where you can actually work in the metaverse.
Oh no, it's not. There's no May. There is. It's happening.
It's going to happen where you can work in the metaverse and pay your bills in real life.
Yeah.
How many jobs could I have in the metaverse?
There's a lot of them. People are buying property out there.
Yeah, people are like I know Snoop. Where we talked about
Snoop, Apple, Samsung. Samsung got building stores in it.
And that's where like so we talk about like cryptocurrency, NFTs. Well, all that stuff is like really going to come into play. Because a lot of stuff, like, you know, I mean, you're going to have a digital form of currency to be able to purchase and move around in the metaverse.
Yeah, so that's why.
This is horrible.
But that's why, like, you know, like the two biggest metaverses that I do want to see is the Sandbox and Decentraland.
Yes, I was about to say Decentraland is another one. Yeah,
Decentraland. So for the main difference between the Sandbox and Decentraland and the metaverse, aka the old Facebook is centralized, meaning it's centrally controlled by them. You know what I mean? So, but the Sandbox and the Decentraland, or in a broader aspect, is not centralized. So there's no one center control of everything. Facebook can control whatever transpires. So let's just say you create this avatar on Facebook, and just like on regular Facebook, if you say something offensive or do something offensive, okay, they can delete you. In Decentraland and Sandbox, theoretically, they can't because there's no one centralized entity controlling it. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing I'm interested in seeing.
Well, you know what? Interesting that you brought that up because I was reading about and something that you don't think about. So Facebook has been working with like a lot of like law firms and attorneys to try to figure out like because like so it's like what are the laws going to be? How is the metaverse going to be governed?
Indeed.
Right. So you talk about Decentraland. I'm not sure. Because Facebook could be, I mean, what Zuckerberg normally does is just like they just expand and absorb, right? So it could be possible, especially now with them trying to like write the rules and the regulations and the laws that will eventually govern the metaverse. They could do that shit to their advantage.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. So the metaverse itself, they're legit. It's Facebook has done the genius thing where they changed the name to Meta. So when you think Metaverse, you think Facebook.
Right.
Right.
So
it's a name you know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
they branded it, but that's like, they don't exclusively own the Metaverse.
They don't.
It's been there way before that.
You know, so when it comes to that's gonna be the biggest difference. Like for example, if you have unpopular opinions, like for example, we have unpopular opinions.
Indeed.
Right.
It'd be more. It would serve you better to be on Decentraland than Metaverse. Then Meta, excuse me.
Right.
But if Meta is the predominant
it's not
virtual reality or what. But I'm saying if it becomes that,
it won't.
Then I'm
You don't
just
think
saying,
so?
No.
That's what I'm saying. If it becomes that, because I'm saying kids are growing up literally, all they know is Facebook and Meta. I'm quite sure a lot of them haven't heard of Decentraland.
No. See, but here's the thing. We know Facebook, but as time, like I don't think people realizing how big cryptocurrency and like blockchain, like not say crypto, because cryptocurrency is an aspect of blockchain.
Right.
I don't think people realize how big blockchain is already. So well, I'm not even gonna say a lot of, well, I can include myself too, are just not really hearing about it and started getting more and more interested in it as of like last year, especially around like March, April, May of 2020.
Okay.
No, well, January through March 2020. But overall, in general, like, dude, the Decentraland is so big already to a degree. Same with the Sandbox. Like for like you said earlier, like Snoop Dogg has Snoopville in the Sandbox, where this man can literally charge sand tokens. Which right now I think sand tokens like maybe $250 a piece. He can charge sand tokens just to go into his
virtual land,
into his land and do, I guess, whatever he has set up, whether it be parties in this building or I don't know, a basketball event. You see what I'm saying? Or like you can buy property, like what people are doing. They're literally buying property. In the metaverse, and people are coming in and building on top of it. Or you can buy a billboard. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's legitimately. So it's like regular life out here, except for virtually. In Decentraland, they already have casinos built where, speaking of working, if you wanted to right now, they're hiring. So you can go into this virtual world.
They are really
and you're going to this virtual world, and you are legitimately working as like a blackjack dealer.
I want to be a spades dealer.
Yeah, you said. This nigga said a spades dealer.
Or a spades dealer.
But I'm saying, you will legitimately be working as like a dealer at a casino, and you will get paid in mana tokens.
This is
in real
horrible.
life.
Yeah,
because I'm thinking, okay, we got the metaverse. What's that gonna do to sports? If we got multiple generations who are raised in the metaverse, who's gonna play basketball? Who's gonna box? Who's gonna play football?
I think that's still gonna be there.
How?
But here's the thing: it's still gonna be there. The only thing of it is, besides actually going to the game, you can put on your Oculus, and now it's only 10,000. Let's say it's only 10,000 seats. Well, you put on your Oculus. Well, I have a seat, so only these 10,000 people can see the game.
But I'm saying, who's gonna be playing?
So wasn't that they were talking on the Joe Budden podcast? Or like you can go to like Lakers games when you're Oculus.
So you can actually go to the games on the Oculus, right? That's how you say it, Oculus, right?
Yeah, Oculus. Yeah.
Go to the game and sit on the floor at a live game.
Right, but I'm saying as the future goes on, if I've been raised in the metaverse, VR, BR, et cetera, who are going to be the athletes?
Well,
no, the athletes are regular television.
No, I'm saying
I think
who's
what he's saying, if you're going to be like the people that are
athletes?
raised in the metaverse, like where are you actually going to be doing athletic activities?
Yeah, who's going to be doing it?
So I think so just take for example the NFL, right? The NFL is a motherfucking money. They print money.
Right.
That's just not going away. They're going to figure out a way to so there's still going to be real people, like I believe, still in doing that shit in those events. But as far as the people that are actually going to be attending those events, could possibly all be virtual.
I mean, I could see the attendance, but I'm thinking
and it's kind of like, I guess you could say it's good timing, awfully fucking convenient. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of this stuff is coming around as we've now all been pretty much conditioned to socializing virtually. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's a new reality that everybody has kind of had to like get used to.
Yeah, that pandemic had opened that door wide.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Zoom calls and all. How many
Right.
times
Teams and shit.
And there's so many people like, you know what I mean? You got motherfuckers still know how to unmute their microphone and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or to mute their microphone, come on there, you hear them beating their kids in the background. Still happening 2 years later.
And like Joe Budden on their podcast, one of the guys said, he was like, it's only a matter of time before they actually put that chip in your arm and you can actually feel the sensation of a blowjob. And that you're getting in the metaverse, but in real life.
No, so you know Elon Musk.
That's why.
Elon Musk, they're already they've cleared that chip for human trials, the brain chip.
Elon Musk is fucking Lex Luthor. I swear to God.
Indeed.
No, I prompt no. That man is a fucking supervillain. I don't give a damn what nobody say.
Indeed.
That
motherfucking
man,
Dr. Doom.
I swear, bro. Like this man. Yes, he's literally clear. I was researching it. Matter of fact, I got the page on saved on my phone, like an internet browser. I was looking this shit up. They've been doing it. They've been grabbing funding since 2017, I think.
Wow.
And it literally just. I'm waiting for the stock to drop on the stock market because I'm definitely going to invest in that motherfucker.
That's crazy.
But,
so.
But wasn't that what Elon Musk had that thing? They were was that somewhere? Was it in China or Russia where they were temporarily blocking out the sun?
Oh yeah. They were trying to figure that out. Yeah, they were trying.
Wait, how to block out the sun?
Yes,
blocking
he's
the sun.
Lex. I'm telling. What I just tell you?
Lex Luthor. Who's gonna be Superman?
Exactly. And China created the artificial sun. They had I believe it was in China. They had the artificial sun. It was like thermonuclear energy. It was supposed to be like renewable.
I've never heard of this shit before.
So they're like preparing because obviously the sun is our
main source of energy.
Main source of energy.
That is
without the sun, we die.
Yeah.
So all life dies without the sun.
Right.
Wow.
So obviously the sun ain't going nowhere. But if something ever happens where, like, we need to not like have this.
We need the light of the sun.
Yeah, like somewhere where the light of the sun is no longer beneficial to us.
And what if it's no longer beneficial to China? They say you motherfuckers gonna be in the dark.
Well, the sun is kind of like that's a blanket thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't really hit. I mean, obviously it shines hotter on the equator and things like that.
Elon Musk is fucking insane.
He's Lex Luthor. Dude, you just said he was trying to block the sun. What's Superman? How does Superman get his fucking power?
From the sun.
He's trying to kill Superman before he's born.
And sun for black people gives us energy and is good.
Yeah. Look, he passed niggas. He's trying to get that nigga trying to kill Superman.
Hey, look,
That man is Lex
he's
Luthor.
even. I heard he's trying to build a train that goes from L.A. to New York within an hour and a half.
Well, damn.
What more proof do we need?
Wow.
Fucking Lex Luthor, bro.
Wow.
That man, he's a supervillain. Look at next.
The scary
Go
world.
on here.
Man.
Look. Google fucking Elon Musk right now. Look at his pictures. It's.
He
trust that
definitely
man.
looks creepy.
I don't
Tony
trust that
Stark
man is a
and shit.
supervillain, bro. I'm telling you.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's a crazy world. And we ain't even talk about AI, artificial intelligence, because as the line between reality and virtual reality blur, how am I gonna know if I'm talking to an avatar that represents a person or avatar that's just avatar? And just imagine if I steal your identity, I can steal your whole life. Literally.
You just confuse me. Inception.
But I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying.
Like so you don't know like in that virtual world like who are real people and who are
you
just
don't know.
artificial intelligence beings.
As artificial intelligence gets
I don't know.
and
Maybe
as it gets to the point where like it's gonna like artificial intelligence and those things become self-aware possibly.
Yeah, you know about Moore's law and all that? Yeah.
or maybe by that time, everybody that's in the metaverse are actually real avatars of real people.
So wait a minute. Like the
See, now we-
Matrix?
now we just-
Or Wally. I'm telling you.
Wall-E.
Y'all watched Wally?
You know what, man?
Wow,
I've always
yes.
heard how good that movie was. I need to check it out.
I'm
I've never
telling
seen
you.
it. Yeah.
Watch Wally.
That's the
and
little the robot joint, right?
Yes, watch Wally.
Hey, but you know, and I know me and Sid, you know Sid, my
Yeah,
cousin
yeah.
Sid.
Shout out to Sid.
Shout out to Sid Knight. But the most accurate. So it was a bunch of like kind of like futuristic dystopian movies that came out like the 80s and 90s.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what the most accurate one was?
What?
Escape from New York? No.
Fucking Demolition Man.
I heard that too. I've heard about that.
Think
Yep.
about that shit, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
How it's like you
Dennis
can't like
Rodman?
everything. You can't like
Dennis
offend
Rodman.
or like say bad things about anybody. You remember you get tickets if you fucking curse.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm
remember
saying?
I haven't
Like,
seen
and they
that
remember like they
Yep.
didn't like, and you know, and in Demolition Man they didn't have sex.
Right. The virtual.
They did it virtually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like the way
I'm
that
gonna watch
shit
that
is
shit
going,
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes,
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's.
I'm not watching that shit.
Damn.
Hey, Demolition Man was a
spooked.
good ass movie though.
It
No, I
was.
believe you, but
Wasn't it? He had the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes had the blonde face.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious, man. The metaverse is going to be something really weird and strange that the world's going to see, and you're going to have to get used to it because it's going to be here.
Yeah, it's not going nowhere. We're gonna have to.
I
figure
think
out
it's going to
exist.
really get a lot of people. Depression's going to go up because when they take off those glasses and they notice they just
They're not gonna ever
They're
take them
not gonna
off.
take them
Right,
off.
they
That's the
don't have
thing.
to
They're
take
not
them
gonna
off.
take them
Why would
off.
take them off?
Yeah,
That's
Because
crazy.
they make it to the point
I
like,
can never live like
dude,
that.
I know people that barely leave their cribs now.
playing
Right.
video games.
You know what I'm saying? But not even just playing video games.
Could-
Because people are there are a lot of people that are still in general scared to go
Wait
outside.
a minute, hold on. Could this be a whole government plot of
Two.
creating the COVID for us to get used to being in the house all the time?
Why not?
Oh, you been waiting to press that button.
Right.
I mean,
Why not?
Did you wait a minute? Did you wait? That was a perfect timing.
Wow.
How long have you been holding it?
Just now, I just thought
Just
about
now,
that.
you a damn lie. This nigga was holding. You see, right? His face was like
My
this.
thing was right there.
This shit was twitching.
Because I knew, I mean, look at us now. We're stuck in the house. Majority of the time, we're stuck in the house. A lot of people like being in the house more. You had DJs DJing live from their crib. You was in the house having a whole party,
Yeah, that's what I'm
listening to
saying.
somebody
So,
live.
Like the
Horrible.
concept of virtual reality in the metaverse has already been set because of the pandemic. So it's made it way easier for people to accept it. You see what I'm saying? That's one of the main reasons why I don't think COVID is going anywhere. Outside the fact that I think it's bullshit, but I think it's
is.
not going
Well, I
anywhere
shouldn't say that.
because as far as I'm not saying the sense of like people passing. No, people really died from that shit. I'm not saying that.
Of course.
But as far as you staying in and accepting the fact that you don't have to go outside, like Amazon's, value was through the roof.
Ridiculous.
Fucking
YouTube, I mean not YouTube, Uber,
Uber,
Grubhub.
You don't have to leave your
literally
house.
don't have to leave the
house.
house. And then the amount of people that are leaving their jobs, their physical jobs, the amount of people that are getting hired to work at home, you don't have to do shit. The fact that they cut in a lot of international travel, what the fuck are you gonna do? You see, so the platform, the foundation has already been set because of the pandemic. So in that case, all that, yes, I believe all that shit. I really truly do.
Crazy quote from Rahm Emanuel. He said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste."
You said that?
Yes.
Hey.
Look it up. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
Hey,
That's what he said.
Rahm Emanuel, you talk about a fucking supervillain. he may not have been a super villain, but he was definitely like an evil henchman.
Oh yeah, he
You know what I'm
was.
saying?
He was like he's more like the Hobgoblin type of villain. You know what I mean? It's like he's dangerous, but he's just a nigga on a skateboard with bombs. You know what I mean?
We got to watch. He's one of the chosen people.
I'm not okay. Here we go. This nigga says one of the chosen people.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what you
On that note,
Yeah, next topic.
You got to watch it, man.
Right. We do. They cancel all of them.
Man.
When you say they'll take your show, they'll fix you.
They talking about our secrets.
They took my hair.
Right.
You gonna blame it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had hair yesterday.
Hey, in the metaverse, would you have long hair? Like, would you have like? What would you do?
Flowing locks.
Have a
Depend
fade?
on what day it is.
I think I have the Gumby. I always wanted the Gumby.
You know, that'd be cool. She'd be like, Shawn, do you have long hair? I'd be like, I do now. Are you 6'5"? Hell yeah, bitch.
I got an 8-pack.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
can legitimately be whatever you want to be. That
Hey,
is
I mean,
so
if
creepy,
you got,
bro, that is so creepy.
I mean,
It
if
is.
you got $20K and get a plane ticket to the DR, and so man, you can get surgery. You can turn yourself into whatever the fuck you
Right, but
want
I'm
to be.
just saying, but let's before we move on, let's really think about this for a second.
Okay.
We're legitimately saying there is no value in being yourself. That is crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's
Like that is nuts.
we're already there socially.
yeah.
So now we're gonna be there. Well, I guess I was about to say physically, but I guess virtually.
I mean, just think what that's
You know
going
what
to do
I'm
to politics.
Oh, fuck politics. Are you serious?
But I'm just saying, if I'm running for president, well, are you black or white? Well, which one do you need me to be?
Man, fuck, man, no.
I mean,
just
and-
saying.
And you think about in a digital world, how much easier it would be for certain entities to manipulate
I'm saying.
and create things. And I mean, and I'm sure there. I really can't think of too many advantages outside of like, I think it would be cool to be able to like sit courtside at the Bulls game, but I'm still like in the crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I think it would be cool to see, but overall, I would rather be courtside at the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I would much. Oh man, it would be great to have a virtual hug from Making Good. I guess I would want to.
Hey, can we
I'll
talk
take
about Making Good
I'll
for
take
one
what I
second?
could get though.
Can we talk about Making Good for 1 second?
Okay, then.
Go ahead, you talk about it.
Okay.
All I got is look.
Look here, don't.
Look,
You know,
that little one video that she had
Oh, the blue
Which
dress.
with the green.
That was blue.
Hey,
First
y'all,
of all,
y'all
that
remember when
tip-
she was on the
blue.
cover of King? King, y'all remember King magazine?
I remember
That was a legendary cover, bro.
that was the longest magazine I had for the longest
I
time.
thought you were about to say that was the longest you ever spent in the bathroom.
It probably was.
Probably was. Probably was.
Yeah, you know,
Like,
no,
hello,
'cause you-
hello.
On those lonely nights.
I legitimately no. You forgot.
Hilarious.
You forgot that you're being recorded and there's a
Right.
camera in front of you.
Hilarious.
Like,
Yeah.
Larnell,
Yeah.
why is all the lotion gone?
All tissue, all
Hey,
balled
look.
up and look.
Look, I'm used to the lotion being gone. I got a
Socks all
15-year-old
sticky and
son.
balled
So
up and shit.
I'm scared, bro.
I got a 15-year-old son. You know, I knock like 4 times and kick the door before I go in the bathroom.
We're like,
Hey, nigga. Hey.
Give that man some privacy.
Hey.
I'm like, I got this
Aight.
water hose.
He be like, come on in, Dad. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, okay, good.
I already finished that. Jeez.
That Megan's good. Something else.
Oh, man.
yeah,
What's
man.
next, man?
I was just gonna say last thing about the meta. I'll say
Okay.
that the elephant in the room. What if you can't afford the internet?
No, they
Well,
will
not-
see.
yeah.
No, you're gonna be able to afford it.
Yeah, it's
What
gonna
if
be
I'm
so-
homeless?
It's gonna be something. Well,
No, it's already. See, it's what I'm
They're
talking
going to make you.
No, this is what we're talking about when it comes to blockchain technology in general. Blockchain technology, one of the biggest projects is Cardano. Cardano, one of the biggest things that they're focusing on is bringing the internet to like third world countries or places that can't afford it, like in Ethiopia. So they already have like this huge partnership and contract with Ethiopia to help bring them essentially bring them to where
That's
America
a third
is
world country. But
eventually.
what about like Chatham and Pocketown?
Wait, what, brother? I'm telling you, if you can catch up Ethiopia
Right.
as far as
Internet
spreading the internet and spreading out what blockchain is and making the whole world connected, if you decentralize the internet in general, because right now the internet is centralized. Remember, the whole concept of blockchain is to be decentralized.
Okay.
They're working on that right now. Believe me, they are.
Okay. All right.
Believe me.
Okay.
I mean, you can get internet for $10 if you make under a certain amount. You can go to
If
like
I'm living under the
you can
viaduct, I
you can also get your internet subsidized. There's no reason for anybody to not have internet.
Subsidized internet.
Yeah. You can get your internet subsidized.
I get people coming in like I'm paying $10 for my internet. I'm like, how do you get $10? But they was like, I'm homeless and I make under $20,000 a year.
There's people out here
give me
paying
$100.
$30 for rent. You think these motherfuckers got
I'm
Right.
gonna be in fucking Section
Not to
8
say
in the
motherfuckers.
Metaverse.
Subsidized internet.
Section 8.
Hold on. This meant subsidized internet.
It's a thing.
Okay, you hit me in the head, dog.
Let's go to
Okay,
the next
hey.
one,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What are we talking about, man?
We are talking about
Alrighty.
transgendered athletes
Well, damn.
Okay, yep.
in organized sports, namely in college. So the NCAA
Okay.
just came out with a ruling. I believe it was last week. So this all started. So there's a transgender swimmer, transgender woman, at the University of Pennsylvania by the name of Leah Thomas. And she was born male,
All right.
Okay.
but now she is.
Female.
I'm not sure if she's completely gone through the transition, but I know she's been on testosterone therapy for like 2 years at least.
Okay.
That's all it took. Huh?
And she's out swimming all the women swimmers.
So she just broke a shit ton of records, right?
I'd be
You know
so
what I'm saying?
pissed.
So people are saying that it's unfair.
It is.
I mean, yeah. So
I think if I was a woman swimmer and I was like the top of my class, and then this motherfucker come in,
Oh, I'd be pissed.
shoulders broad than a motherfucker.
Fuck all that. Then it's like,
Carrying all the luggage and shit.
I got that. Everybody swim bags.
right?
and that's
Here's Melissa.
Can we call a spade a spade?
What?
A lot of the transgender women that's competing in these sports are men that couldn't cut it against other men.
Indeed.
And then they want to say, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna call it that, like, because it's bullshit, yo. Like, you legitimately have a physical advantage. You know you have a physical. I understand you identify, and that's cool. I'm not arguing that, but physically, it's unfair.
Your body's
You know
built
it's
different.
right? And you know it's unfair. Whoa, oh, what you saying? I'm not a woman?
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck we're saying.
What's your birth certificate say?
no,
No
need-
doubt.
Okay, all right. So but let's to be real.
We don't want to get
All
canceled
right.
No, right. No.
because they real.
No. But to be real, to be fair, there are. So it's. I feel like there is a place for it, right? But there needs to be regulations.
What's the place though?
Well, I don't know.
They should
You know
just
what I'm
create a
saying?
whole
So
other league just for this.
I'm not going to sit here and say because somebody is trans that they shouldn't be able to follow their dreams. Like, let's just say, just because you're trans doesn't mean like you stop loving basketball, right?
But
You know
that's
what
the
I'm
thing.
saying?
It's not.
Nah,
but
come
that's the
on,
thing.
bro.
It's not. See, that's. I think legitimately. Here's the thing. People are getting hung on the trans thing. It's not because you're trans. It's because you have an unfair advantage based off your physiology. That's it.
Genetics.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what all. That's literally. Take this trans shit out of it. Here's the thing. The fact that is being. A lot of people are getting offended by, especially as part of the LGBTQ community, is because it's transgenders. Nobody has an issue with that. The fact of the matter is, you have a physical advantage.
Your genetics.
Over it. It is what it is, and that in itself is unfair. That's all. Take the trans part out of it. Like, I don't understand why that. Like, if I don't get how that's
the issue is they're redefining what a man and what a woman is. They're redefining that.
So, okay. So just from a scientific perspective,
All right.
right? So first off, I just want to say, so there was a review published last year in the British Journal
Breaking it down,
of
okay.
Sports Medicine.
All right.
Dr.
It
Jarrell.
suggests that trans women maintain their strength advantage even after 3 years. It suggests. It's the language that they have to use because it's like after it takes a certain level of peer review and other things to be like actually say you've proven it.
That's hilarious, bro.
Right, but it suggests that transgender women maintain their strength advantage even after 3 years of testosterone therapy. Right. Okay. So so we talk about Leah Thomas, right? Mm-hmm. And she broke all these fucking records.
Right.
People are outraged, saying she shouldn't be able to swim. She shouldn't. They're saying it's unfair.
It is.
And on a certain level, it is. Right. But then you have, so there are other examples of this, right? So you have Castor, what was her name? Let me pull it up right quick.
Not right.
That's just
It's unfair, bro.
So the Castor Semenya, I think I'm.
You might butcher that name. We'll
I'm pretty sure I butchered her name, but I remember seeing her in the Olympics before. So she was fighting an 11-year battle. So she's an Olympic sprinter from South Africa.
Hermaphrodite, yeah, right. Girl, right?
She was a hermaphrodite.
Right.
She had internal.
Okay, I remember that.
She had internal testicles. She looked pretty manly when you saw her, because I remember seeing her like, ooh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she's out there dusting motherfuckers. But she has a vagina. She was raised as a woman. She didn't know that she had these internal testicles. The Olympic, whatever the governing body is, the IOC, whoever, they made her have like a basically take like a gender test.
A gender test?
Yeah,
Did she study?
you know what I'm saying, to verify her gender. And that's when they found out that, and it was revealed to her because she didn't know. I believe her parents knew, but basically she found out through the media that she was a hermaphrodite.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Yeah, it was a wild story. This shit happened a minute ago. But then
the mustache should have gave it away.
But she's been fighting this battle. She's been fighting this battle for the past 10 years, and they finally ruled that she couldn't compete unless she went through testosterone therapy. And she was saying that it made her sick. It had other side effects, things that haven't been, like the long-term effects haven't been proven. She's an athlete. So she needs her body to be performing at optimal levels. Exactly. And so the thing with her is she was born this way. She didn't go through any surgeries. She didn't take any pills.
Is her parents related?
This is just who she is. This is how she was born. What'd you say?
Is her parents related? Like, how does that?
This guy.
How does that?
I don't.
How you born like that?
This nigga.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, sometimes it's like crazy things happen in cell division. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how you get like identical twins. So like identical twins are just the same.
They're third base coach over here.
Identical twins are the same fertilized egg, just split into two people. Right. Well, like fraternal twins are two eggs that were fertilized simultaneously, whereas identical twins are like during cell division. You know what I'm saying? When after the egg is fertilized during cell division, it actually splits into two different fetuses.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So crazy shit
Dr. Rell, all right.
Okay. All right. You know what I'm talking about? Goddamn.
Crazy shit happens, man. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit. I mean, that's how you get people are born with different defects. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, chromosomes, some things don't fire off the way they're supposed to.
Somebody would sleep.
And weird shit happens, man. God be up there doing all types of crazy shit.
That's why I say you have to, in no uncertain terms, you have to define what is a man and what is a woman.
Well, I want to know what this gender test is.
Yeah, I think she had to study about 4 hours.
Right, and who performs this shit?
Right. She's like,
some
question one.
Take off your clothes.
Everything of what you just
said.
Hey,
you're gonna examine.
That's the most.
You're gonna examine her.
A gender test?
That's the most peculiar to me.
Hormones?
I need to know
Test
what that
hormones.
is. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Well,
but I would say that was inefficient because I could be a male but identify as a male. So I'm a male. Or I'm a female. I'm just saying I am how I feel according to how it is going these days. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
So
I'm lost.
So just to throw this out there are currently 10 states that have laws that ban transgender student athletes from competing in their chosen identity.
What's those states?
So you can guess they're pretty much all in the fucking South.
Of course.
Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi, Montana, South Dakota.
There's people live in Montana?
Yeah, nigga, there's people that live in Montana.
I think serial killers.
That's where they keep all the
That's a whole other thing.
Montana's a beautiful state.
That's a whole.
South Dakota is the only one where the governor actually issued an executive order.
He said, "Fuck this shit."
Y'all.
Right. Before you even try this
No,
bullshit.
and actually,
Try it if you want to.
And actually, it's a woman.
Wow.
So she was like, y'all need to.
Y'all gonna stop this.
You know, speaking of what, you know what's crazy about this
just
whole,
the last is Tennessee,
my bad.
West Virginia, Texas, and Idaho.
There it is.
You know what's crazy about this whole transgender shit? They single-handedly destroyed the feminist movement, and it is so amazing. And I'm telling you, they did. Yo, like, you remember like Me Too, and since I'm a woman, you saying I can't do this?
So now it's changed.
Oh, was it? Now is so I'm not a woman.
Now it's went from Me Too to Me Who?
Me
Who?
Your ass is crazy. But and
it's us two now, nigga.
Oh, damn.
but I'm just saying.
Use your pronouns.
They legitimately destroyed the feminist movement. They did it, and nobody said shit.
I think it's like a victimhood Olympics. It's like I think us as black people, we had it, but then we
never had it.
I think I was.
Nah.
Well, in my estimation, goddammit.
Nah.
But
the victim Olympics, the gold goes to the Jewish, the silver goes to blacks, bronze, I say Taylor Swift. Everybody else, no, for real. Everybody. Then I think the LGBTQ and
I would have to say, black. Think about it. We have a black man who has his own holiday. There's no other, nobody in the United States had their own holiday unless they were president. Nobody.
What that mean?
Okay, what's
That means a lot.
I mean, that means a lot.
But I'm saying nobody else, unless they were president, have their own holiday.
Right.
But we have a black man that has that. So I'm saying I would say that gives me confidence to say we were winning pretty much getting policy done without having to kill somebody and all that stuff. But I'm just saying, I feel like it was a kind of a victim Olympics between the LGBTQ and the feminists. I shouldn't even say that word. But it's like the feminists can't really say anything because now you're turning against them what you're saying people were doing to you. So they have to be silent.
Exactly.
They're like,
and they fucking did it, and they can't say
shit.
shit.
They're like, oh, damn.
So, I just couple of examples.
Well, damn,
Okay.
this guy.
So, in 2012,
All right.
Okay.
a transgender woman
All right.
by the name of Gabrielle Ludwig.
Okay.
Shout out to Gabby.
Oh,
Sure.
I remember.
You remember the story?
Yeah, I remember the story. Go ahead.
Gabrielle she's got to be in the 60s now. But
She
in
was
2012, she was 50 years old.
Okay.
And Gabrielle went back to school
Oh.
to play college basketball.
Wow.
Did she get
Gabrielle
drafted?
was born Robert. Now, Robert did play basketball in college in the 60s.
This is hilarious.
He was a loser.
This is so hilarious.
The 60s may have been exaggerating, but a long fucking time before 2012.
Might be in the 80s.
He played college in basketball.
Right.
Flamed out, lived his life. But he always felt like, so he talked about when he was growing up, he would like dress up in his mother's dresses.
Okay.
Like he always felt like he was looking in the mirror and something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
So he always kind of felt this way. But he ended up getting married. He ended up getting married twice, had a kid. But finally, when his daughter was 13, they actually had a talk, and his daughter told him, "You need to be who you want to be." So she decided to start going through hormone therapy. And the thing is, she was still married while she started doing this. So she's like married, but like growing tits.
So you talked to the daughter, but not the wife.
I mean, I think that seems like be a tough conversation to have.
I mean, it was, and they stayed married for a little while. It was some wild shit.
Man,
but
she was fucking somebody else.
She man. She a trooper.
So,
that's
but
a
in
whole nother
2012, she went back to school because she still had eligibility left.
Okay.
So she was playing in junior college.
And she was busy.
Gabrielle is 6'6", 250 pounds.
Now who's stopping her?
Exactly.
And she played basketball.
Now she was 50, mind you. She was 50 years old. So she's obviously at a somewhat athletic disadvantage. But I remember it was on Real Sports with Brian Gumble. I remember seeing this story. So they had video footage. And she's out there just
Dunking on everybody.
every fucking
Posting the
rebound.
fuck out of this business. It's like, Right here.
And it's like it is like all the other chicks like 5'8", 5'9".
Right, she's 6'6".
This is not fair.
250 pounds.
It's not fair.
And that's not to say, because there are some pretty tall women that play college basketball, but not in fucking junior college.
Come
where
on,
they
no, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing, but it's not. But also still to be 6'6", 250, and to have the bone density and the muscle mass still of a grown man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so a lot of people were saying it was unfair. It was like a lot. They were going through a lot at the games. It ended up dying down. They ended up letting her play. She ended up playing for like 2 seasons.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, but my point being is this.
That's hilarious.
Now, why I just so you could look at the shit of her playing basketball and her towering over these young girls,
pushing them.
You know what I'm saying?
Move.
Computer blue. But her towering over these girls, right?
She dunking on
And
their
you
ass.
see this shit, and this is just like, bro, this ain't right.
This ain't right.
But
This ain't right.
but it's also, but I still have to empathize, because I don't know what it's like to look in the mirror and feel like this isn't right. Like my body, like I was born in the wrong body.
But anybody
You know what I'm
can
saying?
say that.
I mean, well, but anybody could, but everybody doesn't. Because I mean, there's in a lot of instances, like, would you really choose that life? Like real shit, would you really choose that life?
If I could be white and have good credit, don't you think I'd do it?
Well, you can't be transracial.
Why not?
Rachel
Why
Dolezal.
not? Wait a minute.
Well, no, the
but
other
that's
way.
ridiculous.
And
The
the
other way,
Metaverse, you
though.
could.
See, white people could do whatever
You
the
could
fuck
be
they want to
Cambodian.
do.
I'm
You know what
about
I'm
to
saying?
say, if Rachel Dolezal did it, damn it, anybody.
Right,
else.
But
that's
Rachel
ridiculous.
Dozy, she is a white woman.
Indeed.
That is the distinct difference. She can do that shit.
Indeed.
I can't just say my name is now Nathaniel.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Or Peter. And you know what I'm saying? Like Peter von Luckstick
Schnitzel?
or some
I don't
shit.
know.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Snoogerhanger.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the thing. I want to make this perfectly clear. I empathize with the whole idea of transgenders wanting to compete because they feel like they're not.
Hey, bro, I just want you, while you thinking about that, just look at that picture.
Oh no, I seen it. I remember. Look at this nigga. Please post that picture up. Look at this nigga.
Look at his arm, her arms. Look at her arms. Look at her arms.
They got the whole team on them motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
crazy.
nobody stopping.
That's
Not
crazy.
at
Now,
all.
again, I don't want to make it seem like I don't empathize with the with transgender community, especially when they identify as a male or a female, and especially for men that want to go through that transition as women, and when they love sports and they're athletic, they want to play. I have absolutely nothing against that. I don't. I just want to make it clear that fair is fair. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
Yeah,
and
I agree with that.
think, and I legitimately think that if we forget that part and we continue to harp on the trans part, then we're gonna keep missing the point. And I think that's the problem. Is you got some you're transphobic, nigga. What? All I'm saying is you look like me. You're built like me.
Right.
Of course you're gonna beat a woman's ass.
Put
went to high
phobic
school with
behind
you.
everything. Like, you're not afraid of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if people put phobic behind it. But so I completely agree with you, because there are situations where, like, especially you talk about transgender women competing in like combat sports. Things like that.
What's
Yeah.
what's the Cyborg? She was in UFC. I think it was.
Now, I don't know if they some people say she was a man, but I don't know if that was ever verified. But
She didn't take the
definitely
gender
big.
test?
She's definitely big as fuck.
I guess she didn't.
I don't know, but but that's a whole other
fight people
story.
up.
But I
Elbow
know
steel.
I know that there were reports. I saw stories about like a transgender woman that was competing in like mixed martial arts and like amateur events. I never saw anything from like a super credible source, so I don't know if that shit was true.
All we need to do is see her baby pictures.
Right.
That
but
really-
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. But when you get to talking about stuff like that, like, the line needs to be drawn somewhere, because if it gets to that point, that's when it's like really dangerous. So you have somebody that was born a man that still has the bone density and the bone structure of somebody that was born a man against somebody that was born a woman. That is an unfair physical advantage. When you talk about like swimming, now is Leah going to be the best swimmer? Like, she may not win national championships every year, but she's definitely going to just be naturally better. But there are also like people were born with advantages, like Caster Semenya. But she was born with an advantage. Michael Phelps has webbed feet.
Really? Is he half duck? What is that?
That makes sense. That
No,
nigga-
saying yeah. So it's like the way his body is. I remember watching this shit. It was just like he has like really long arms, but his legs are like basically he has the perfect body
For swimming.
But he's a male.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like sometimes people are born with genetic advantages. I'm not saying that they should allow transgender women to compete, but somebody has to do something because I don't believe that you just take everybody out and just say, well, okay, you can't do this anymore.
Right.
I think something has to be done, but what the NCAA has done was basically say, I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. So they defaulted to the governing body of whatever sport. So just like in the case of swimming, it defaults to like the USA Swimming Federation or whatever it's called.
That's
and
crazy.
they don't have a policy. So then if your local or your national governing body doesn't have a policy, then it goes into the international governing body,
Goddamn.
who coincidentally also doesn't have a fucking policy.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So they passed a ruling that basically just muddied the fucking water, which is what the NCAA does. They passed a buck.
So I could join the women's wrestling team?
If you started going
You started going
testosterone
boobs.
therapy, if you got if you
I
had
think you look nice with a bob.
Because I feel like, they need to introduce the baby oil into the wrestling. Then I could, you know what I'm saying?
This is a perfect segue to Bill
It got
Cosby.
real creepy. It just got real creepy.
And put the jello in there.
And as we go to Bill Cosby.
That's right.
just-
Perfect
just-
segue. Nice.
But just to wrap this up, like I just feel like something needs to be done.
Yeah,
Something has
to
to
We got to
be
draw the
regulations.
line somewhere.
Like there is. I mean, I know what people. We live in a world where like everybody needs to be seen, everybody needs to be heard, everybody needs to feel represented, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it gets to a point where like common sense needs to come into play, and you just can't have. In my opinion, I don't think it's fair, and in some cases, it could possibly be dangerous to have people
Indeed.
that were born as men competing in athletics against naturally born women.
Especially against like Olympic boxing.
Right.
You know, they had the so funny story, and just the last one to wrap it up.
All right.
There was a transgender female that competed in weightlifting in the Olympics this past
I heard
she
about
summer.
killed the.
Oh no, actually she did not.
No, she did. What?
She killed to get there. When
Oh,
she
yeah.
actually got to the Olympics, she flamed out.
Wow.
She didn't. But she still won Sportsman of the Year in New Zealand.
Sportsman or sports person?
What sports? Well, it's called Sportsman, but she's a woman.
You know what's fucked
So
up
sports
about that?
person.
She took the place of somebody. That
Indeed.
actually- that's what's fucked up. That's the part.
And in a sport like weightlifting,
Right. And wait. Right.
I mean, you could. It's very easy to make the argument that she had an unfair advantage.
Of course.
So, and you think about like if she had competed in her
what she was
born gender,
Uh-huh.
not what she identifies with. But she competed with her born gender.
She wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, would she have been able to cut the mustard?
Nope.
Probably
But
not.
competing in her what she
What
identifies
she chose as.
yeah. When you say choice, that can get a little muddy, because like you say, I mean, if this is all you know, if this is how you felt since you can remember, I can't necessarily say that that's a choice.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
now you choose to go through reassignment surgery and all that stuff. That is a choice. But to actually be trans, to like feel that way, I don't believe that's necessarily a choice.
I don't think that's a
You know what I'm
choice.
saying? Because just like my man said, it's just like he felt that he's been playing in dresses since he was a kid. Like this is what he wanted to do.
I would want to know about his family. I would want
to
to know what was going on in his family.
I'm
just saying.
I mean, but but still, with the whole going to the, what's weird about? I never understood about the whole choice thing. When people say, "Oh, they choose to be gay," so you mean to tell me right now, if you wanted to fuck a man, you would? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't see a man who be like, no, fuck You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you
the
can't
whole
just
idea,
say yeah.
So the whole idea of this a choice doesn't make sense to me. It's like because I can't choose to want to be attracted to a guy. I'm not attracted to men.
But you could be socialized to anything, though. Think about it. When people go to prison or sex workers, they do things. They wouldn't normally do.
I definitely get what you're saying. I I do feel like that sometimes people can have traumatic experiences, but I don't know. I can't go out and necessarily say that that's exactly the reason or why somebody would choose. Or I was about to say choose. People. I just want people to be who they are. I don't have like. If you are trans, if you are, I know there's so many letters in the LGBT
alphabet.
It's I know they call them the alphabet gang now. There's so many, but I just feel like people can be who they are. It doesn't bother me, right?
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? People, you can be whoever you are, whoever you want to be, and I actually feel like I'm not one of those people that feel like whenever you see like a gay couple on TV. Or like you would see like somebody that's gay on television, they're kissing or whatever. I don't feel like that's just like some sort of attack on heterosexuality.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic for another
day.
Yeah,
exactly. We can wrap this up. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that. I feel like it's just because at one point in time, having a black man kiss on television was taboo,
Indeed.
right? You know what I'm saying? So everybody fights for the right to be seen. Everybody wants to be able to look on TV and see somebody that reminds them
that they can relate to.
They want to be represented. It's a natural inclination, but that don't mean because I have a daughter. I have a daughter that plays sports. She plays softball and she plays volleyball. And if I see some 6'6", 250-pound
spiking the hell out of
right, jumping way over the net, you know what I'm saying?
This is not fair.
I'm gonna feel some type of way about it. I am.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that they shouldn't be able to compete, but I just feel like there's something has to be done because if nobody does anything, then it's just gonna go further and further into the weeds. And you're going to end up in some really fucked up situations and something that could possibly potentially be dangerous.
Well done.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. Oh, man. So the Bill Cosby documentary came out today.
All right.
The Hugh Hefner documentary also came out 3 days ago. It's on AMC. Mm-hmm. I don't like the way they was both promoted. The Cosby documentary was real cutthroat and dry, like just straight to the point. Hugh Hefner was more of like, oh, this great man that started Playboy, da-da-da-da, and he has some things that happened at the mansion, da-da-da. But
Hugh Hefner never went to jail.
Yeah. And the things that has happened in the Playboy mansion is very similar to the R. Kelly situation. And I can explain on that, right? Because in the Hugh Hefner documentary, the women said they had a curfew. They had to be in the house by 9 o'clock. If they left out, they had to have a bodyguard with them. And the bodyguard was always on the phone with Hugh Hefner or took notes down so he can relate to Hugh Hefner when they get back to the house. They couldn't talk to the guards, the maids, the cooks, anybody. And that was it. Like they basically lived on the property, and they got paid like $1,000 to $2,000 every week to basically live on the property. And it was just crazy because there's one part in there where his best friend, which is his doctor for a long time, had a daughter that lived in the Playboy mansion as a 2-year-old and grew up in the mansion. And she speaks about when she turned 16, that's when she got seduced by one of the playmates at the age of 16.
We're all surprised.
And then had almost a threesome with Hugh Hefner while she was 16.
We're still surprised.
With another playmate. But the playmate started crying and got emotional. And Hugh Hefner was like, well, I guess this is not going to happen. You can go to your room.
Really?
What are you
this
crying
is not
for?
awkward that you're about to sleep with your best friend that is your doctor daughter.
Wait, so
I mean, this is Hugh Hefner though.
So it was about to go down. She started crying, and Hugh Hefner's like, "Well, my dick is off now."
He's
So
like, fuck it.
This ain't going to
you
happen.
fucked it up.
All this crazy
you can go
dancing
back
makes
to
my
your
penis
room.
soft.
And fucked up my pills.
Yo,
So-
that is not funny,
Okay, you're right.
but it's a little humor in that. I'm sorry.
No, it's hilarious.
So his documentary is crazy. And then when I watched the first 2 episodes of Bill Cosby, and it's not looking good. It's It plays on. The documentary was on Showtime. If anybody want to check it out, it came out today. It's on Showtime. And the first episode talks about everything that Bill Cosby done. He came out in 1961. He was a great comedian. He was the clean comedian. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the first black guys to have a sitcom called I Spy, where he actually played a spy. His thing was that black people should be portrayed as other than just your average maids and butlers that was on TV. He like, we do have intelligence, we do have smarts, we can talk, we read books, we go to college. This is what it is. Pills. He even actually fired all the stuntmen on set and made them black for him because back in the day the white stuntman, they used to paint them black. Wow. And do the stunts.
Yeah. So he didn't fire the stuntman.
Right. He didn't fire the stuntman.
He made sure he had a black stuntman for him.
Yeah, for him.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, they would legit like paint white men.
Why is that hilarious?
Black.
To the action figures.
And not like not like brown like shades. No, it was like legit like black like this microphone.
Yeah, it was actually the one lady, she was an actress.
She was the first black Bond girl.
The first black Bond girl. And she was like, it was a scene where I was supposed to get flipped over onto the bed, and it was actually a white dude. And when they slowed it down, you could see the muscular white dude that's painted in black fall on the bed with the afro.
Yo, that's funny as fuck. If y'all can't find the humor in that, yo, that is hilarious.
Yeah. So,
and cut. All right, Charles, come here. Get your big ass over there. All right.
Right.
You colors, get over there.
But
took a white man and painted him
black. And like I said, not even brown. Y'all couldn't find no brown fucking paint. They legit just got like some black spray paint or some shoe polish or some shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm talking about jet black fucking paint. Yeah, no. Yeah. So it was a thing like, so Bill Cosby definitely broke a lot of barriers in terms of like a lot of people behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And you would think about like, especially when you talk about what the Cosby Show, like the writers were black, the directors were black. You know what I'm saying? All the people that were working behind the scenes, like he because like and that was, you talk about like him advocating for the stunt doubles.
Yeah.
That created an entire industry because there were no black stunt doubles before then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that created an entire industry within the industry for a whole other lane for black people to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
In black history, all right.
Yeah, no, Bill Cosby.
It was some shit that I never knew.
Yeah. He's done a lot for the culture.
All the while.
You know what I'm saying? But so I was okay. So I always said everybody can't be lying, right? Because there was so many allegations, and it's not like the shit that just came back up, right?
Right.
There was so many allegations. It was just like everybody can't be lying, but then it was like, man, did Bill really do all of that? But after watching this shit, Joe,
he did that shit.
I don't know. I feel
he did that shit. In '65 was the first incident. She reported it. They swept it underneath the rug.
So it's just like the way they explained it was just kind of like, I mean, and then when they started taking the excerpts from like his comedy routines and like the shit that he was, you know
talking
what I'm saying? Like he was dropping little hints and shit, talking about the Spanish Fly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The famous interview with Larry David where he actually
Larry King.
I said Larry
You're
David.
funny.
I'm thinking about Seinfeld.
Right. This guy.
Larry King, where Larry King asked him, "What is the Spanish Fly?" And he explained what the Spanish Fly was, and his exact words like, "You pop it in the girl's drinking. There you go. You got a wonderful night."
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So he talked about like putting shit in people's drinks
for a long
and joking.
Joking.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when you listen to that shit now, it's just like I think Cosby.
He had a whole Spanish Fly routine. He even had a joke where they was on I Spy and the director was like, "Hey, we're going to Spain to film."
Right. Childhood dream realized.
And Bill Cosby said, "Childhood dream realized." And he asked the guy, like, "Do you know what's in Spain?" And he said, "Yeah, Spanish Fly." He was like, and here we go.
Yeah, man. It's kind of like, so it's funny that you just mentioned R. Kelly because that's the thing where like people want to separate the art from the person. Yeah. There are plenty of people in history that created works that are celebrated they were extremely flawed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course.
And a lot of them, they weren't in a time where you have like social media and the 24-hour news cycle and people's personal lives are dissected. Because the thing is, Bill Cosby was actually a victim. Well, I shouldn't say the victim. All of this shit started because of a Hannibal Buress video going viral. You know what I'm saying? Like Hannibal Buress, and because so me and my mama have had countless conversations about this shit. You know, my mama, she was a, you know what I'm saying, in breadbasket. She was singing with the choir. She used to be with Jesse and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we grew up in that time with like civil rights and shit. You know what I'm saying? My mama was out there.
All right.
Bill Cosby like just funded a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things to help for the advancement of black people as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Cosby is black. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like my mama's age, my mama will be 69 this year. Right. You know what I'm saying? So for her, Bill Cosby is fucking royalty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Same thing. My dad said the same thing.
Yeah, you know, so it's really hard for her to reconcile this, right? Because but even before all this shit came out, we used to talk about, because like Bill Cosby was on the Black People Ain't Shit World Tour for a while.
For a long time.
He had that pound cake speech.
Yeah.
And he basically went around for years going into black communities, you know, poor communities.
Pull your pants up or whatever.
Yeah, basically telling motherfuckers to pull your pants up.
And even going as far as calling comedians personally. Like Richard Pryor said he called him. Eddie Murphy said he called him, like, can you clean up your act? It's disgusting. So Eddie Murphy's like, man, who the fuck are you?
So he
we're gonna fuck who you is?
Right. So he positioned himself as like the chief authority on morality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Authority, literally.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's the name? D.L. Hughley had talked about that one time because he had it was something that was supposed to be on a radio show and it was deleted. So D.L. Hughley had this old radio show.
I remember that.
They said they had an interview with Bill Cosby, and he said this is around the time when a lot of those rumors were still floating around. And this is when Bill Cosby was on that Clean the Up Act, blah 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 blah. So one of the people that D.L. Hughley talked to, they mentioned like, hey, don't mention this, don't mention that. One of the main things don't mention or ask about was the whole raping thing. So D.L. Hughley was talking to Bill Cosby on the phone. This was during the radio interview, and he was talking about pulling your pants up. You shouldn't say this. You said the F word. You said the N word. Da da da. D.L. Hughley was like, well, at least I don't have women go to sleep and they wake up with their panties on backwards.
Yeah, I remember that.
He lost it. Then D.L. Hughley lost his radio job after that.
Yeah, he did. He got fired after that.
Yeah, because that was just fucking Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. Yeah,
black royalty. So black people. I mean, excuse me. Bill Cosby was going on for years, like, you know what I'm saying, telling black people, like, you know, like basically we're responsible for our own problems. Like we can no longer blame the white man. Now what my mom used to say, which is I can see this point, was that like it's like he did so much, he sacrificed so much that he felt like he was saddened by the state of affairs. But it's kind of like a lot of times people. Oh shit! I unplugged my goddamn headphones. But a lot of times people like to look at the symptoms and not the cause. So I mean, even with a lot of black people now, you constantly see people talk about like how, like, it's a lot of us that just can't be helped. You know what I'm saying? That there's us like, you know what I'm saying, that we're responsible. We like black on black crime, and we keeping our own, so we own worst enemy. And while a lot of two things can be true simultaneously, you know what I'm saying? So while we do a lot of this shit to ourselves, but you also can't dismiss what that wave of mass incarceration, which black people helped usher in. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look at what was happening in the 90s when that crime bill came out, and think about all the black people, black leaders, motherfuckers like Al Sharpton, that were pushing for stricter gun laws, harsher sentences. You know what I'm saying? Things that were the results of the crack epidemic, which was initiated by the fucking government. We all know
Shout
this.
out to Democratic
so
policies.
and that's no longer conspiracy theory, right? This is fact. We got shows about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? So for somebody like Bill Cosby to sit on this moral high ground and just sit there and point to all the shit that we doing wrong, well, it was just like, but yeah, Bill, okay, I know we fucked up out here, but you of all people should know that there are a myriad of factors that contribute to this. We're not just not inherently violent people.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
I think, not to cut you off, I think he knows that, but I feel like I would ask the question for all these years, literally like in the 60s, where it would have been very easy to take Bill Cosby down, especially if a white woman accused him of X, Y, Z.
And they were all white women.
They
That
did.
was the crazy part.
What I'm saying is it would have been very easy to take him down. So to me, my question would be, why did the protection end?
No, it didn't. They reported in 65.
But
69,
nothing happened.
No. So
nothing happened because he was the squeaky clean black comedian, and he was also having shows. Like one guy was like, he was our first black teacher. He was telling us about black inventors on television that we didn't even know existed because the majority of our schools was 85, 90% white teachers. So he was like, these women came out and reported it to the news, to CNN.
Some of them did. The allegations were there.
The allegations were there.
A lot of them. So a lot of them were isolated. And he also had where, just based off what I saw, the accounts that the women had. I can't read what that says.
She said Bill was the good Negro.
He was. And he was squeaky clean, you know what I'm saying? So they all kind of had a similar story, but also like not really sure of exactly what happened.
But
Right.
I'm saying this was known. So my thing is, it's like, did you piss somebody off? Why did the protection end with Hannibal Buress?
No, because that's one thing that the internet introduced was like the shit got out of the bag.
Social media.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The shit got out of the bag, and once that shit's out there, so if it had not been for Hannibal Buress, because that was the original point, because Hannibal Buress was just like, and in one of his bits was just like, you out here talking all this shit, well, you've been raping women for decades.
Wow.
And so many people, because you hadn't heard anything about it for so long, so many people were like, what? The motherfucker started Googling,
Right?
and the shit was there. You know what I'm saying? So like, look, man, like I wasn't there. I don't know what fuck happened, right?
Indeed.
And I know that was a different time. Drugs, culture, sex in the 60s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Free love.
Right.
Yeah. It was a different time, but I like I said before, like I can't say that everybody is lying. And if you give somebody a pill and you don't tell them what that shit is,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That's wrong, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if that's what happened, if that is indeed what happened, then I mean that's a flaw. Now I can't, because it's just like, well, on one hand, you can't discount everything that he's done for us.
Right, yeah. No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, even as far as, when the Cosby Show debuted on NBC was in serious trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So NBC as a network was pretty much saved by Bill Cosby.
With the Cosby Show.
With the Cosby Show. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So, and just the things that came out of that, like,
Different
and
world.
like I said, a different world, the things that were spawned, and just the shows, like the Black Family Man, all those shows that we were able to have in the 90s and shit.
Blackish.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I mean, like, what the Cosby Show laid the foundation. But
for
at the
these
same
sitcoms to be here.
Can you
Yeah.
do this? We talking about a balance. This nigga was was all the way the peak pinnacle good and all the way the peak pinnacle bad at the same time.
Exactly.
That's a perfect balance. How do you do both of those? How do you save black people in the black image and rape women at the same time.
If you pull up some of his albums and listen to him, he talks about them clearly in at least about 6 of them.
And that's what really got me, Joe. Was just like, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, I mean, a lot of people will say that, like, you know what I'm saying, like they just making up shit about Bill Cosby. And I feel like at that point in time, Bill Cosby was just an old man not doing nothing. Bill Cosby wasn't on TV. He ain't had no movies and shit. And people talking about he was about to buy NBC. They said that shit in the 90s when his son got killed. They were saying that his son got murdered because he was trying to buy NBC, and they were sending him a message, right? So then when this shit came back up, now the whole he was trying to buy NBC, that's the reason they doing this shit came back up again. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about all that shit. But it's
These
just
stories.
like, if you look and see the shit that he was talking about, and then you hear the stories, I just it's not that hard to believe.
We're in
that this shit
episode
actually
2.
happened, bro.
It's like, I think it's a 4-part series.
It's 4 parts.
It's episode 2, and it's already 11 to 12 women already. That was like, and they say the exact same thing. We were at a club. He lays the pill next to my drink, next to my friend's drink. Take this. This would be great.
Right.
And in some
this
cases,
will make you feel better.
This will make you feel better.
Yeah.
And in some cases, he actually put it in their drink, or he said, "Hey, I'm gonna make you a drink to make you feel better."
Right.
And every last one of them said the exact same thing. I woke up, felt like I had a hangover, not remembering anything that happened. My clothes was off, and he's like, "Oh well, yeah, you threw up in the hallway, and I had to take your clothes off and wash your clothes and everything.
But they're still dirty.
You could call you a cab and you can go ahead and go home, because Camille's on the way."
It was some wild stories.
Like,
bro.
some wild shit, bro. It's crazy. Like you said, if the shit keeps happening, everybody can't be lying. And I feel that way with, R. Kelly with this proven shit. And then with the newest shit, Trey Songz on his 11th sexual case, rape, assault, 11.
So why these are men that
All these women can't be lying.
Well,
Now, but let's not act like that doesn't happen. Now,
It does happen.
You know what I'm saying?
It does happen.
Here's the thing. No. This is why I think it's different. In Bill Cosby case, one of the main things that's making him look terrible is the fact that he made jokes about it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's
That's
the
what's
thing.
fucking up his image.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Trey Songz, if he was making songs about raping women or like drugging them and all that, okay. But you know, and then it's like I'm not gonna sit here and say believe all women, because women do lie. People lie. You see what I'm saying?
People
So
lie.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna sit there and say
Indeed.
that. But I'm not gonna but I will say, whatever allegations being brought up should be taken very seriously. So I'm also say that as well. All I'm saying is, Bill Cosby case, I don't know. It just makes me think of a question. Would you kill one to save 1,000?
Would you kill one? Depends on. I don't know. That's a hard question, bro.
Ooh.
Would you murder a baby to save 1,000 people?
I would say I've been in the military. I've never been in no scenario, but I mean, I guess hypothetically, I probably would. Hypothetically.
I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying, well, that's that's what it seems like. To me, to some it may seem like a bad comparison, but it's like Bill Cosby did some fucked up shit, but look what he did for black folks.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
he did so much. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do I
It's
really
like-
want to erase that?
I mean, do Jewish people disown Woody Allen?
No, and this is what I'm saying.
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
look.
Now that
I watched that story.
now
I watched that story. You adopted.
He married his stepdaughter.
Adopted. No, they adopted Shorty.
No, his adopted daughter. I'm sorry.
He adopted Shorty. That was his daughter. His fucking daughter. And this nigga married his fucking daughter at the age of 15.
okay.
15 fucking years old, bro. You watched this girl grow up from 6 months. You took care of her. You changed her pamper. You wiped her down. You took
There's
her.
too
You
many
gave her
terrible
baths.
jokes,
All type shit. And then you say, "Oh, I'm in love with her," and then you leave your wife.
Yeah. So, but
Crazy shit.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's just like, but you're never gonna hear them say, "Don't play no Woody Allen movies."
That nigga still running free.
You know what I'm saying? So
he ain't been locked up or nothing.
Right. My point being is just like, that's not to say that if whatever Bill Cosby, if he shouldn't be held responsible for his actions. If everything is true, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should definitely be held accountable. But don't remove this man's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, his legacy in terms of what he produced, you can't just discount and take away all of that. You know what I'm saying? For everything that he created, for everything he did to push the culture forward.
So that doesn't discount his bad deeds, but you still have to count the good things that he's done.
I would say count it.
Phil Spector. I mean, there's so many giants in media. Like, if you took away all the shit that people that had some sort of like sexual misconduct or some sort of like really fucked up background, if you took away all the things that these people contributed to, we would have very little.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's America.
Plus, you gotta remember, y'all gotta forget, y'all, these are fucking people. You know what I mean? They're susceptible to all human flaws.
Right.
And then it's like, well, now to touch on the whole thing with Willie Allen, technically, granted, it's fucking gross, but technically what he did wasn't illegal.
Was not illegal.
Very disgusting. And people now.
But she wasn't of age.
Which state? Which state? See, he know what's funny about this whole thing about when it comes to touching somebody or being with somebody that's 15 years old. With the thing with R. Kelly, like the original R. Kelly allegations. Us in Chicago, well, I'm not gonna say all of us in Chicago, but a lot of people where the legal age is like 18 and older. Oh my God, he's a rapist. Go to New Hampshire.
Yeah,
go to Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, legal age is like 15. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
16.
So it's like, it depends on what state
What a
you're in.
world.
You see what I'm saying? Like, go overseas with, like, at one point where I forgot what exactly. Yeah, 12 years old. You got some people in their fucking 50s and 60s, 12-year-old girls. You see what I'm saying? So
to talk about that, like, if that was the case, R. Kelly, if that was the case, nigga, move to Mississippi and do what the fuck you want to do.
But I'm just saying. And then, hold on. Matter of fact, fuck, you know what?
You still at Killwood.
Matter of fact, let's keep it a
I
buck.
remember R. Kelly buying girls Air Force Ones at Tony Sports on 53rd and Kimball.
And let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody got somebody in their family right now that was, or somebody, whether be your friends or could be you, whoever the fuck is listening. When you was in your 20s, you was fucking with a motherfucking kid that was in like 8th grade or a freshman in high school. Your grandfather would check the age difference between your grandfather and grandmother. I bet you when he married her, she was a fucking 18, nigga. So this whole concept that we want to sit there and demonize R. Kelly, like, when it comes to that, is it disgusting? To me, I think it is because, like, I don't know. I can't look at a 13-year-old or 14-year-old and be like, oh, yeah, that's sexy. Oh, that's fucking gross, a kid.
Yeah.
Now, there's plenty of people, and you know, I still remember when I was in grade school with the same Dorothy's on 78th and Eberhard. And I was seeing girls that were like, I would be like 6th or 7th grade. And then I'll see girls that were like 1 or 2 years ahead of me, and they getting picked up by niggas in cars with beards. That wasn't their damn daddy.
Yeah.
And then they said that's the order, and they're going in there, give them a kiss. I'm like,
happened all the time.
Okay. And then, like, granted, I wasn't looking. To me, I saw this. To me, this shit was regular.
Around where we grew up I remember my friends teasing me because I used to deal with somebody that was like, I was young. She was like 12, and I was like 14.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, but
yes, sir.
But I mean, I got talked about then. Like back when my age group it was frowned upon.
It's still frowned upon.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying.
I was fucking with a lot of grown women when I was.
Yeah, but when I got to being older, like 19, 20 years old, and I'm actually seeing the dope boys coming to the Lark, you know what I'm saying, at the plaza, with the shorty that's 15, buying her Pelly, buying her a Jabot outfit, you know what I'm saying, or iceberg fit or a Coogee dress, a hat, whatever the case may be. And we were just sitting. Look, I mean, there's been sex. Look, when I worked at the Lady Lark, you know how we picked our staff? We used to have a group staff, right? And of course, it'd be more women. We'll call more women than guys. And the CEO at the time would come in and literally pick the girls with the big booties and big titties. Even if they didn't have no experience at all, I want her, and her. They hired automatically.
Like Hooters.
And I was like, I never could understand it, but he liked sex sales. if a guy got a pocket full of money, walk past the store, he sees this fine little lady right here, he's going to try to impress her, and he's going to buy that $4,000 mink, those Havana Joes, and that Coogee sweater, and those Coogee jeans, and he going to drop like $5 or $6 grand just because Shorty's cute. And she's like, you look good in that, boo.
Y'all want to sit here and try to demonize I can't talk about it. Y'all like that. That's the
crazy.
one thing that irritated the fuck out of me about this whole R. Kelly thing. Y'all motherfucker, like as I already stated, y'all know people that literally did the exact same thing. Y'all ain't said shit. You yourself was probably one of them niggas that did the same thing and y'all ain't say shit. You were probably a young girl, and at the time, I ain't even gonna say, because y'all was probably young. You was probably manipulated by somebody that was old enough. So I'm not even gonna talk about y'all. But y'all granddaddies probably did the exact same fucking shit, and y'all want to sit here and want to talk about R. Kelly and say, "Oh, mute R. Kelly," and like, shut the fuck up.
Well,
that shit is weird to me, yo.
Wait, can I?
Go ahead.
So,
I got to piss.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Oh.
No, keep going.
Well, there has to use the bathroom.
Thanks for sharing there.
yeah.
I just had to make
Tell us how it went.
Right, exactly.
Yellow, clear. If it's yellow, you remember you have to drink
a lot of
water.
Yeah, hopefully everything
Wash
comes out
Wash
okay.
your damn hands.
Let me know you make it safe.
Yeah, don't knock over the fucking light.
Yo ass.
I gotta piss.
Wow.
This nigga.
But nah, so, okay. At one point in time, you used to be able to smoke cigarettes on airplanes,
Right.
right? Like, I could be right here, and it could be a fucking baby right there
Right.
on the airplane. No fucking circulation, and I could sit here and smoke a cigarette, and it was perfectly legal. Nobody frowned upon that shit, right?
Okay.
So, I feel what you're saying, but there's a reason why people say hindsight is 20/20, and there's a lot of shit that you see, and it may not seem wrong at the time, but looking back on it, it's like, okay, that was kind of fucked up. Similar to what you said. Now, I agree with you because I'm gonna tell you, I had a similar issue with Bill Cosby, and with the way the Bill Cosby shit happened, with the way the R. Kelly shit happened, was because it didn't seem to gain traction until it became popular.
Indeed.
To hate them, right? Because the Bill Cosby shit been out there for years.
Exactly.
Right? The R. Kelly shit was out there for years. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that the people that live those experiences, like their experiences shouldn't be validated. But I'm talking about the masses of how other people that got behind, right? And it's like, where R. Kelly, for a lot of people, and I remember they had that documentary, what was it, Surviving R. Kelly?
That shit was hilarious.
Right. And I just remember when they were talking about Sparkle. When Sparkle was on there. And, Sparkle was the auntie of the young girl that he caught that original case for. That was in the video. And talk about hindsight being 20/20, bro. I remember when that shit came out. Remember, motherfuckers, everybody had the R. Kelly sex tape? I never watched that shit, bro. That shit was weird to me then. And I was like 19 to 20 when that shit happened. Everybody, nigga, you go in the Harold's, barbershop, anywhere, motherfuckers had that shit on DVD.
Yeah.
Was selling that shit on bootleg.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody was. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody was watching that shit. Like, it was cool. But that was child pornography. But motherfuckers was passing it around when you really think about it.
And that's why I asked, why did the protection end for R. Kelly and Bill Cosby?
Because of the internet. And then it became a movement. You know what I'm saying? And people got behind it. If it wasn't for that, I don't remember, the R. Kelly shit, R. Kelly was just wild, Joe. R. Kelly was kind of like OJ out here in these streets. Yeah. Like how OJ made the whole, like, if I didn't do it, but if I did, this is how I would have did the shit.
And you got away with it one time.
Made a book about you said what now?
He got away with it one time and just kept going.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's the thing about R. Kelly. It was the same thing with him. That trial just kind of went away when they had this motherfucker on video. You know what I'm saying? Like, people doing skits about the shit. They had the shit on video, and he still got off. So now it's just like, oh shit, I'm untouchable. You know what I'm saying?
I can do whatever.
And he got more and more blatant with the shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it just became to the point where just like, all right, bro, Like, you know what I'm saying? Enough was enough. Like, R. Kelly, we're sick of your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's time to sit the fuck down.
And most of us held hostage like the Hugh Hefner shit.
Right, yeah, but the thing is, it's just like, I have an issue with like the social media police.
That's what
you know what I'm saying? Because like both of these, if it wasn't for social media, I firmly believe that R. Kelly or Bill Cosby would not have the legal troubles that they have right now. Of
course they wouldn't.
So they had to be pretty much tried in the court of public opinion before they would try it.
It had to become popular opinion
That's horrible,
for them to be considered criminals before any sort of legal action was pursued.
That's horrible.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and that's the reality of the situation, bro.
So he had a whole Netflix special.
So
two of them.
Crazy.
And
a lot more.
And then that's that in itself is mind-boggling.
And so I think it speaks more to the current human condition, and to like where we are as a society. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like.
No. Go, you finish.
We can hear all this. We can hear that, bro.
What the fuck are you doing?
The mic was loose. I was just.
We can hear that shit.
I'm sorry, man.
That's what I'm saying. You got up, you disrupted us with your pissing announcement.
Now
you hitting there fucking with the microphone.
Sorry, man.
It's my turn to talk.
Sorry.
Damn.
No, man, but I think it just speaks to like us as society as a whole and how we deal with things. Where it's just like it just seems like to a certain point we don't really. It's like this selective outrage, so to speak.
It's definitely selective.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that like I definitely feel like R. Kelly should be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want people to feel like because I mean especially because like so and I don't think like I'm not somebody and I know this is kind of transform into an R. Kelly conversation.
Right.
But I'm not one of those people that feel like you shouldn't listen to R. Kelly. Do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, knowing what I know and looking back on it now and also being the father of a daughter, some of that shit is just weird for me listening to it now. You know what I'm saying? It is. So, but what is weird for me is when you go extra hard to profess your loyalty to R. Kelly. It's just like, that's what's just kind of like, bro, nobody even asked you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you got to go extra hard to let us know you still listen
I literally got into somebody on Instagram about that earlier today, and I just had to tell him because he was like, one of my followers posted that R. Kelly's his net worth is negative $2 million.
I saw that.
But the thing is, like, his catalog was for sale for $22 million because he needed money to pay the lawyer fees, property fees, settlements, because there's still people that he's paying to not come out to say anything else.
Damn.
Yeah. So
R. Kelly ain't getting, but he ain't never getting out of jail.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
As far as the Bill Cosby situation goes, I mean, I got to finish watching the documentary. Like I said,
before you make your final opinion.
No, I mean, my opinion is this: the same thing with R. Kelly. R. Kelly's still a great musician, a great producer, a great songwriter. He's done a lot of things for music. Bill Cosby has done a lot of things for the culture, but I'm sorry, the shit that you do behind closed doors, you gotta pay the piper for that.
And shout out to Gloria Allred for always opening that door. She opened it with Usher. She opened it with Michael Jackson. She opened it with R. Kelly. She's always the door.
Hey, but you know they had to recant a lot of that Michael Jackson shit though. That Finding Neverland, they had to recant a lot of that.
Really?
You know, that's what you see. You can't find that Finding Neverland.
Yeah, that shit was false.
Yeah, because they proved a lot of that shit to be false.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like the shit does happen. Like they was fucking with Mike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't believe Michael Jackson was touching kids like that.
Yeah.
I believe Mike was doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Mike was a child abuser.
I think Michael Jackson was just an easy target because he was fucking weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Mike was doing some weird shit, but it's just like, dog, when you get to that level of fame and popularity, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, a lot of shit is weird.
But what did all these guys have in common? Black men.
I mean, so
I could be reaching.
No. So okay.
I mean, there's a lot of white men that did the same shit.
And Gloria Allred is nowhere to be seen.
Now, what we're not gonna do is act like white men and black men are treated the same in
we're not.
public opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're not gonna do that. That is an obvious fact. Right. You know what I'm saying? We can't do what white men do. and get away with it. That's
No,
still the
sir.
case to this fucking day. And
but
but at the same time, we also can't act like anytime there is something that comes out about black men that it is some sort of attack by the white man. Sometimes he might have did that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. Like that's so like you can't. And the thing about like but my thing about the Bill Cosby thing, and it was a lot of that was in this documentary, was like they really just try to like, and I guess it may be contradictory in the way I just talked about R. Kelly and some of that shit being weird for me. But at the same time, I don't necessarily look, even though after watching this shit today, I don't know some of this, but see, R. Kelly was singing songs about like sex. R. Kelly is
he didn't do shit for niggas. Bill Cosby did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. But most of like the shit that Bill Cosby, his legacy, what we talk about, has nothing to do. It's not even. There's no sort of like sexual innuendos.
Right.
Like nothing that kind of like would make you even think about his sexual allegations. Because when you think about R. Kelly, your body's calling me like, damn, is he talking about a 12-year-old?
Uh,
You know what I'm saying?
Seems
Yeah.
like you're ready.
Right. Are you,
Seems
that's what I'm
like
saying.
you're
Those
ready.
songs take on a different meaning, whereas like the Cosby Show.
That was my joint.
Those songs take on a different meaning when you think about R. Kelly in that context. But with the Cosby Show, it's not the same. to me.
The thing. I see what you're saying. 'Cause
It's just
Cosby didn't have anything on camera
True, he didn't have video.
that was, you know what I'm saying?
but not necessarily even that. I'm talking about like the importance and impact on culture and what he was able to do.
Yeah.
I feel like, so it's like you have to tell the whole story, right? You have to tell the whole story. On one hand, you can't just talk about all the good shit that he did, you know what I'm saying, all the things he's done for black people, and leave out all this other shit.
Well,
You can't do it. But at the same time, so you can't just act like this is all he is, and he's just...
What you got to say before we wrap it up?
Eat it too,
What you got to say, Chris?
I mean, if you really let's be honest, if the height of when Bill Cosby was doing all this stuff for black folks, and let's just say all the allegations that were coming out was actually in full traction as they are now, and they came out simultaneously, and they had the simultaneous coverage. What would American television regarding black folks look like today? What would as far as like the civil rights movements and things like that Bill Cosby had helped out with, would that actually been implemented?
That's why I said, why the protection in?
So no, it's not the protection in the end. Remember, the reason why it's been known is because social media, there was no way to contain it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if
The information
during
spread like
during
wildfire.
That time, if we really want to sit here and say that you gotta say, you can't say one thing and then not bring out the other. Okay, fair enough. So if everything, the good that he did with black folks, squeaky clean comedian, he was hiring black writers, producers, stylists, whatever the case is. He helped. He was helping promote different black shows, like Spanish with like a different world, or when it comes to how he pioneered the positive black image. If all that was happening at the same time with the same traction as this Bill Cosby documentary has now, as far as all of the allegations, if they were both in the light at the same time, what would television look like today?
I think that's a great conversation for another episode.
That's what I'm saying. So now, again,
vastly different.
I'm not saying I agree with you. If it's something like, hey, look, if all of this is true, if he was legitimately out here doing this shit, hey, you got to pay for that shit. But as far as what he was doing for black, I don't know. I'm just saying, it's almost like picking a kid for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I have to
it's
finish.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, ugh.
I have to finish watching it too.
Yeah, it really puts you in a tough position.
And why do we even have a documentary about it anyway?
I mean, because now, the first documentary was the HBO with Russell Simmons. And look what Russell Simmons did.
He left the country.
That nigga left the country.
Why did he leave the
That nigga went to Bali and was there for like 3 years.
But Russell Simmons probably was doing all of that shit too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm out this bitch.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
man,
and you also have to think about the culture of like Hollywood and the music industry and how steeped in misogyny that shit was and still is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where men and women were viewed as just more like objects, and like they just like didn't feel like they could, when men could just have their way, and for the most part they could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there was that culture, and especially we talk about like why a lot of those allegations didn't come up and why things got buried. Because Cosby was making a lot of money for a lot of people.
That's what.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's complicated, man. Like I don't think you can't view it in black and white terms. At least I try not to.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's kind of hard to deny.
Yeah, the excellence that he did.
Just seeing what it was, and just like said, the him saying this shit in his routines and the little stuff that he was saying, that's really what kind of did it. That kind of like turned me a little bit, Joe. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like someone should put, hey, you know you can get away with this, right?
The Spanish Fly.
You can't be making.
And it's an actual real thing.
Yeah,
It's actually a real thing.
remember it.
They brought out these pills. You could actually go and buy this shit.
No, that shit's real.
It was
used to be in the magazines you could buy.
yeah. It used to be in the magazines. Like you can actually buy this pill.
Well, see,
Wait a
so
minute, it was selling date rape drugs on.
Yes,
it wasn't
bro.
considered. But see, that's the thing.
It wasn't considered a date rape
So that's
drug.
what I'm saying. Like just like okay, quick sidebar: Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens
Didn't make the Hall of Fame.
They didn't make the Hall of Fame. Barry Bonds was using human growth hormone before they understood what that was. It wasn't illegal when he was using it.
So
their reasoning is because it did give him an unfair advantage, but it wasn't illegal. So that doesn't mean. So they're basically saying that just because it wasn't illegal at the time doesn't mean it wasn't wrong.
Right.
So that's basically the same argument. It's just like that you could get like Quaaludes and Spanish Fly and all that shit, and it's just like what people were using. That's what people were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like I mean,
the Quaalude epidemic was crazy.
But then one would say, well, why single him out then?
well, it was because of the internet.
Yeah.
Like that's
Everything
what I'm saying, bro.
brought back to social media.
Without Hannibal Buress, this shit never happened.
So,
in my opinion,
it
maybe
says-
it happens another way. Maybe it comes out another way. But the way it happened was Hannibal Buress made this shit go viral.
Okay.
And then
So basically, so let me hear me out.
All right.
So, if right now the legal age for intimacy, at least in Illinois, legal age of consent is 18. Let's just say 10 years. So 10 years later, let's just say Illinois said, we're gonna change it to 21.
Damn it.
So does that mean the woman that you were sleeping with in the past, you were sleeping with underage women, or the one legally able to consent? Would you be labeled as a statutory
If you look
rapist?
at it like that, you would have to say yeah.
So
Well,
basically, Bill Cosby at the time wasn't doing anything illegal.
Make the great defense. That's great defense. That's great defense.
no, well, because the
That's
thing
great
is,
defense.
Wait a minute.
I hear
wait,
you, bro.
Hold on.
I hear
Listen,
you.
hold on. Hear me out. Did I sit here and say, when I'm doing this playing devil's advocate?
No, I understand what you're
Did
doing.
I say that he wasn't taking advantage of women? That's not what I'm saying.
No.
we definitely gonna have to have a part 2 of this conversation.
Yeah, because we need to wrap up. But no, I understand what you're saying, but
Because the other 2 episodes ain't out yet.
yeah, but it was still if like I said, if based on the stories what they were saying, he was giving them something without telling them what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you do that, then you are deceiving someone. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's different for me.
So basically, and you talk about like being able to like
This rabbit hole
like,
goes deep.
yeah, it does. You
It
know
goes.
what I'm saying?
It goes real deep.
But if you are, bro,
No
if
pun
you give somebody some shit that's gonna basically knock them out,
Mm.
and you don't tell them that's what they're doing,
Oh yeah, that's
you know what I'm
rape.
saying?
No,
Then yeah, then that's that's fucked up.
Again, like I'm not condoning that shit.
yeah, man, that's a deep conversation.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have to have a part 2 in there.
Yeah.
You got a lot to say over there.
This lady.
And she had so many thoughts.
Right. She over there like a third base coach.
I'm sorry if your feathers were ruffled.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Son.
Oh,
That's
man.
what we do, son.
Don't be easily offended.
Well,
Yeah.
damn.
Hey, man, this is wrapping up, man. It was a great conversation.
Indeed,
Episode
indeed.
9.
You know what I'm talking about?
Man, we're gonna have to finish this Bill Cosby though, for real. Part
That's
2
right.
definitely, because I need to watch the other 2. Because protect your drinks, ladies. Put the napkins over your drinks.
I'm saying.
Don't let a guy bring you a drink.
I'm
If he
saying.
makes
The
you a
pudding is
drink,
spiked.
stand there next to
Make
him
sure
and
that
be like, no,
motherfucker
I make
pour
my
that
own
much.
drink.
Goddamn it.
How about that?
Bring a
You
flask. That makes life easier.
Hey man, go ahead, introduce yourselves, man, so we can get up out of here, man.
Everybody know me, Shawn, Star Photo Pics, doing the damn thing. You understand me? You don't know what I'm talking about, man.
Sure.
It was just so many words.
So many words, so many syllables.
You know what I'm talking about?
Rell the producer 914 on IG.
Booyaka.
Weezy Cage, WHEEZYCAGE, IG and Twitter.
Yes. And I'm your boy, L Boogie, a.k.a. Class of 1979 on IG. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button right there.
Boom.
YouTube, Instagram, we're everywhere on all streaming platforms. I really thank y'all for coming out and supporting, commenting, sharing. Everybody out there in the world, community, man. We out of here, man. Easily Offended Podcast, man.
It was recording this time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo ass.